You're watching the Sporting Time Show with host Doug Thompson. Sponsored by Jewelry Barn and Pawn Shop.
Good evening and welcome to the Sporting Time Show. I am Doug Thompson. Happy St. Patrick's Week. It used to be a day that we celebrated it, but if you are Irish, it is a full week of celebration. And of course, with the March Madness, it's going to continue on, I believe, through Sunday. But anyway, welcome aboard. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me tonight. I have a really special guest joining me. She is one of the most successful softball coaches in the 4th region, and I'll tell you exactly why in a few minutes. But Kelly Reynolds, the head coach of the South Warren Lady Spartans, joins me. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You are the most successful 4th region coach.
Well, you may be giving me more credit.
No, I went back. We have a staff of data-minded people that went through and calculated a lot of stuff, and I'll explain exactly how you are. And I know you don't keep up with the stuff. Coaches, there might be one coach that keeps up with it, but I know you don't. But anyway, I will explain to you why I've said that. But welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And of course, it is Saturday night. We do tape the show earlier in the week on St. Patrick's Day. And Warren Central is about ready to tip it off. We don't know if they won on Wednesday, or Thursday rather, on Thursday, but I'm hoping they did.
Yes.
But welcome to the show. One of the things that always fascinates me is the why. You know, why teaching? Why, how did you get involved? Did you play sports in high school? Were you always from Kentucky? Mm-hmm. So let's start off with, did you play sports? Were you a softball player?
I did. I played softball at Warren Central High School. I graduated in 1995, which was actually our first year of fast pitch in the state of Kentucky. So starting my freshman year of high school, it was still slow pitch. There were several of us around the state, actually about 13 or 14. And we were kind of as a group going together to get fast pitch into high school. And so finally my senior year in 1995 is when fast pitch first started in the state of Kentucky.
So did you play fast pitch on like a club team?
Mm-hmm, I did.
So you knew what to expect when they transitioned in 95?
Yes. So I had always had played fast pitch. That was all I'd ever played. And then I did not play slow pitch in high school my freshman and sophomore year. I just would not do it. And then finally my junior year, I thought, okay, I'll give it a try. And I will never forget the very first game we played. Todd Stewart was coaching, who is now, he's still at Warren Central. He's retired and has come back. And
he does that.
Yes. And he was coaching and I was on second base and I took off like I was going to steal. And he said, you can't do that.
You can't steal.
No. So that was always an interesting time. And then my senior year, when it finally went fast pitch, there were 8 of the 9 of us out there on the field that had played fast pitch together for all those years.
Wow.
So we were ready. We ended up finishing up 5th in the state that year. We got beat by Reedland in the first round and then ended up losing to Christian County. So that's what put us out of the state tournament.
Reedland hasn't changed much. I mean, they always have a really good softball program. So you went, you're a Lady Dragon. What made you go into teaching?
Well, I knew about my junior year of high school that I loved helping people. I loved being in kind of that helping profession.
Yep.
And I just sort of knew I always wanted to be a teacher. Some people change their professions many a times, and I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. And so that's what I went to school for. I played my freshman year of college softball at Middle Tennessee State, had shoulder surgery, came back here, and I actually graduated college before Western started their program. So I'm telling my age because Western has not always had softball. Their program started in the spring of 2000, and I finished up in December of 99. And so I started teaching, and then I actually started teaching at Richardsville Elementary. And that I was there, I started in January of 2000, so I started in a mid-year. And then that next school year, they were kind of like, hey, we have a softball position open at Central. What do you think? And I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe. And so then that next year, I was like, yeah, I think I want to do this. So that's what got me there.
Well, we're going to continue on. We're going to take a short break. More with Coach Reynolds after we take a short break. More of the Sporting Times right here on WNKY NBC 40. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Kelly Reynolds, head coach of the South Warren Lady Spartans, is my guest today, along with Selena Metcalf, who will be here in just a couple of minutes. Coach, again, welcome back. So you've been teaching for several years. We had you on the front cover of the Sporting Times tabloid back in 2006 with all the other softball coaches when you were coaching at Warren Central. And you know, you made a joke about telling your age. Honestly, I wish I could have found that front cover. You have not changed. I know they poured a lot of money into South Warren when they built that school, but a fountain of youth is a little ridiculous. Now, it hasn't helped Coach Gage. I mean, but no, just kidding. So let's talk a little softball. I had made the comment that you are the most successful coach. And when you look at the 6 seasons, now you're starting your 6th, but when you look at from 2017 through 2021, you have a record of 121 wins and 27 losses. That is amazing. Greenwood, back when Penny Reese, when you look at her four most successful seasons, 125 and 43, and then when you look at Philip McKinney, 116 and 33 over his 4 most successful, because we had it throughout 2020. But that's incredible. I mean, 27 losses.
We have had a great program for years, and I think a lot of it starts when the kids are younger. We have a strong feeder program into our high school, and so that is a huge help. We have very, very talented players just in our district and in the 4th region, but we have had some strong players come through South Warren.
Yeah, and you have always been in the 4th region championship since you've been the head coach. And it has been against Warren East, which is, I mean, it's almost like basketball in the 4th region, and it's a great rivalry, it's a lot of fun. But you know, last year, 35-2, and I know that your motto this year is finish.
It is.
Kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, we had a great season last year, one of the best seasons on record, and at South Warren. And you know, we came into that region championship game, and we had a strong finish in the district against Warren East, and we were not overly confident, I don't feel like, at all going into that regional championship game. It was just, it's always that rivalry between us and Warren East. And you know, that night, Warren East, they were the better team. I mean, they beat us 3-2, and Emma Markham pitched a phenomenal game that night.
I was going to say, I mean, she's back, you know, again.
She is. And we're returning 8 of our 9 starters last year, which is a very great motivational factor for us. And when we were trying to decide on a motto for this year, we thought it just needs to be finish. One word, we need to finish. Do everything we need to do to finish this year stronger than we did last year.
Yeah, and doesn't it feel good though that the mask thing, you know, we've put that behind us, and you know, the kids can play. I mean, it's just, isn't it amazing the last 2 years what we've gone through, what you've gone through as a not only as a coach but as a teacher.
Absolutely. We had in 2020, of course, our season was canceled, and then last year our motto was control the controllables.
Yeah.
and which was very fitting coming back off of 2020, the year of COVID.
Right.
And, you know, and this year it is nice to know that the masks, you know, are going to the wayside a little bit, and that I feel like we're getting back to our new normal, if that
Yeah.
still even exists. So.
Yeah, well, it seems to change often, but you know, I look at the schedule. We've got about 30 seconds left. An amazing schedule.
Thanks.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you very
is.
much for coming
Thank
in this
you.
morning.
Thank you.
And we look forward to having you back as the season progresses. It's a long season. Coming up, Selena Metcalf, one of the best pitchers, again, in the 4th region, will join me after a short break. More of the Sporting Time Show right here on WNKY NBC 40. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Well, one of the best pitchers in the 4th region, a senior at South Warren High School, Selena Metcalf is my next guest. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You know, first time that I've got to meet you and talk to you, I was looking at your stats. You not only are an unbelievable pitcher, .92 ERA, which basically means that it's hard to hit her pitches, just cannot hit them. But you also have a 402 batting average back in 2021, so you hit the ball, you're a great fielder. Why pitching? When did you start pitching that you can do this kind of stuff?
I started pitching, I would say, right when we were allowed to pitch in fast pitch. So I played 8-ball, 8U ball, and then when I got into 10U, I wanted to be a pitcher because I didn't want to play outfield. I thought outfield was a little bit boring because back then we don't get a lot of balls when we were
Right.
8 years old.
Right.
So I wanted to be in control, and I wanted to, I don't know, have the pace of the game. So I decided to be a pitcher, and then with the batting average, I was going to say our team has a really deep batting lineup. So that just goes to say that you can put us anywhere and we'll be successful.
You know, we have had so many great pitchers over the time that the Sporting Times were in our 18th season. You know, Rachel Riley, you know, Emily Reynolds, great pitcher, Emma Markham. I mean, you can just go on and on. And the pitchers in softball really control the outcome of these games because it's such a fast game. Just kind of talk about how you developed your style of pitching, how you keep your body from, you know, not having an injury, and do you have several different pitches?
I do. I have a few different pitches that Coach Reynolds, they call a lot of the pitches. They do a good job of calling a variety of pitches depending on the count. And with the injury, I did have a little bit of an arm injury last year, but just making sure to stretch before you throw, you have to ice after you throw, and just take care of your body. And then also as a pitcher, you just have to have trust in your infield, in your outfield, and in your hitting. You just have to trust your players, and I have a lot of trust in my infield that's behind me. I have trust that they'll make every single play behind me, and that's really important as a pitcher.
You know, it's crazy to, and I encourage our viewers, if you've never been to a high school softball game, you got to check it out. You go to a South Warren East game and just sit back and watch it. But the speed, your fastball, it's amazing, right? But what really gets me is like when you pull the string, like when you follow up with one of those slow, what would you call that pitch?
I have a few different pitches, that variety of speed. I mean, obviously a changeup is slower, and then I have a few other pitches that just slow down and hopefully make the batter, you know, second guess, because it's a little slower than my fastball, to just try to keep them off balance a little bit.
But when you do throw that soft, that really slow pitch, and they just are way out in front of it, do you kind of say, I gotcha? Do you laugh? I mean,
I try not to make them feel bad, so I kind of try to stay serious, but just deep down it kind of makes me feel, I mean, it makes me feel a little bit good about myself.
So does the catcher call the pitches for you, or do you call your own pitches?
It depends.
Or does coach?
Normally, Coach Reynolds and Coach Smith and the rest of our coaching staff, they all talk about what pitches they're going to throw, and then they give the signs to our catchers, and then she'll give it to me.
Yeah. So you're a senior. Thankfully, you're out there. You're playing softball this year. You had a 21 season. As a sophomore, that was a wash. You didn't get to do anything. Were you able to play club? I mean, do you play club? We got about a minute left.
Yes. I have a travel ball team. I play with the Tennessee Mojo out of Tennessee, and it's really cool. We get to go all over the United States and play. We get to play players from all over. I would say that's the main difference between high school and club, is getting to play and see players from every single state. We've been to Minnesota, we've been to Florida, Colorado to play.
Wow.
But there's nothing different than wearing your high school jersey.
Yeah.
So it just feels a lot better to represent the high school you play for.
Well, we've got about 20 seconds left, real quick. You're headed to Campbellsville University, Mid-South Conference. You're going to be joining Emily Reynolds,
Yes.
your teammate, so congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
And thanks a lot for coming in today. It
Thank
was
you
fun.
for having me. I had a good time.
Look forward to seeing you pitch on the mound. And we're going to take a short break. When we come back, I talked to Coach William Unsell as he prepared his team for Rupp Arena. We'll be right back. More of the Sporting Times on WNKY NBC 40. Welcome back. I want to thank Kelly Reynolds and, of course, Selena Metcalf for being my guest today. And even though Warren Central has gone to Rupp and they have played their game, at the time of taping, we did not know the outcome. But I did have an opportunity to sit down with Coach William Unsell to talk to him about preparing a very young team to go to Rupp and playing one of the top two teams in the state in the opening round. Here is Coach Unsell on his answer. Hi, Coach Unsell. Enjoyed watching part of the practice today as you guys prepare to go to Rupp Arena. Just a couple days away before you leave. Mm-hmm. I know you've seen film. This is going to be a great matchup. Yeah. They've got a couple of big guys, 6'7". I think Glenn's one of them. Yeah. Lindsay's the other. Mm-hmm. Just kind of talk a little bit without giving it away. How do you attack that?
Well, you just got to play basketball, man. Those guys are good. We played some teams with some size like that. We played a team out of Indianapolis with bigger than that. They're really good. Coach Hayworth, we go way back. I've known him for a long time, and he does a great job with his team. They're going to play hard. Glenn's a monster. You know, he's 230. Lindsay's really good. He's a fifth-year guy. You know, so he's back from last year. Then they got those kids around them are really good. They can really shoot the ball. So we got our hands full, but we're one of the last 16 teams. That's what you're going to get. Well, we're excited about the challenge.
Exactly, but you look at their team versus Warren Central. Mm-hmm. They go 3 deep in scoring. You go 5, 6 deep with guys that can score in double digits. And plus, you've got height. You got 6'4" guys, but very athletic and very fast, very quick. How much does the quickness, when you're playing against a team like Mayo, really come into play?
You know what really helps you in recovery, getting back, transition defense where you don't give up easy shots. We got to kind of make them play in the half court a little bit, and our half court defense has been pretty good this year. So we got to take away as many easy opportunities they have as we can. Now they're gonna get some, but we got to take away most of them.
It's the first of the week. Mm-hmm. You've seen the practice. Can you tell how the guys are kind of preparing mentally for this game? Is it something that you have to kind of drill down on them a little bit?
Well, it's I think they're ready to play now. They're tired of practicing. We've had we took Wednesday, Thursday off. We've been in here since Friday. I think we scrimmaged up and down the courts almost an hour yesterday straight. So they're tired. Today wasn't a great day, but I knew coming in it wouldn't be with their energy. So, but we executed some stuff the way we wanted to. Now it's time about recovering now until Thursday, get our legs back up under. It's kind of why we went hard this weekend, so we can ease up now, get them in some cold tubs, and get their legs back up under them from Thursday morning.
it seems like after talking to a few of the guys that mentally they're very prepared as far as, you know, going to Rupp Arena and seeing, you know, walking in and playing in Rupp Arena, because I think most of these guys, other than your son, who has been there many, many, many times, this is his first time playing, but going to Rupp Arena is not going to be a big deal for him.
No, it's his first time. I mean, he's still going to be excited. You know, he's a big UK fan, so going to Rupp Arena and playing on the floor, being there and sitting there is totally different than playing on the floor. So, you know, like I told him, I said, man, enjoy the moment, but also understand you're still just playing a basketball game. And they're doing a good job of mentally preparing for that. So we'll see what happens when they actually put 2 feet on the floor. Man, our guys, they're mature beyond their age, that's for sure. They're focused and ready to go. And I told my coach before we practiced, I said, we won't have a great day today. You know, because we went back-to-back days where we've had some older guys in and we went up and down the floor for long stretches of the practice. I said, so now it's time to kind of pull back and get real detailed about what we're doing. And just trying to get our energy level up, you know, and that's why I eased up on them today. So let's get through today and let's have a better day tomorrow and get ready for Thursday.
You know, back in the day, Rupp Arena would pull 17,000 fans to just watch high school basketball. I think because of the pandemic and the fact that fans weren't there like they could have been last year, it's wide open this year. The expectation is going to be a huge crowd.
I think so. Even for Thursday morning, there'll be a big crowd. I mean, it's going to be a big game. I think they're in some polls number 2, number 1, number 2. We're 4 or 5. It's going to be a big game to start off. You know, you want to play in those type of games. It's something I told the kids. I said, you got to cherish this moment. This is something you're going to be able to hang your hat on for a long time. So you want to make sure you go compete and handle things the right way. So when you're telling the story when it's over, hey man, we won the game, or we were in a heck of a game. And all you want to do is give you a chance to win it at the end.
All right. Well, it was very interesting talking with Coach Unseld. And again, I'm hoping that they won against Male and they are continuing to play at Rupp Arena in the Sweet 16. But again, I want to thank our guests today, Coach Kelly Reynolds and Selena Metcalf, for coming into the studio. And of course, you can always go to stfanclub.com and watch all of the on-demand games that we have had. We're preparing for baseball and softball now. You can see live stream games on stfanclub.com. And I want to thank everybody here at WNKY for providing another fantastic show for us. For Doug Thompson, have a great week. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Good night.